Welcome back, Divine Ones. This is Ashley for FD 1111 Ministries. This is the Astro-Prophetic reading for the new moon in the sign of Pisces. This happens at 12 degrees of Pisces, and I'm very excited to bring this energy to you. So I'm going to first light up an incense. And if you want to set your intentions or ask a specific question before we get started, this is a great opportunity to do that. So you can really tap into the divine messages that the Divine Spirit has for you. Okay. And I am calling in, ring my bell, and call in the Holy Spirit, the Divine Spirit, our angels, our guides, and you can call in your angels and your guides to bring in the messages that are right for you. This is a timeless message, so whenever you run across this Astro-Prophetic reading, it is specifically for you. So I'm going to anoint my hands before I get started. I usually do this process off camera, but I feel led to do that on camera today. And I will light one other candle. I've been working on some candle blends, so I'm going to try this one out now. I tried out another blend and it was okay. I'm going to see how this one is, and it's for the spring and summer energy. Okay. All right, so I'm a textile person, so I like to touch things, and that's mainly how I receive my messages. So anointing my hands is very important, or either touching something. So that's why I really love oracle cards and tarot cards. So this energy for the month of Pisces is ruled by the moon. And this decan that the moon, this Pisces new moon takes place in, is in the second decan, which is ruled by both Jupiter and the moon. The second decan of Pisces is ruled by the Nine of Cups. And the Nine of Cups is that of success, of fulfillment, of joy. But it comes before the Ten of Cups. One thing I really want to point out here with this symbology is that we have in the Nine of Cups, we have an individual that's sitting down, that has their arms crossed, and they have a red hat, which represents alchemy, and they're by themselves. When you transition to the Ten of Cups, we have two individuals, a masculine and a feminine, and then you have a younger masculine and feminine represented by the child energy, the third energy. This is harmony and balance that comes from within oneself. They're completely by themselves. They're fully fulfilled by themselves before they enter into a partnership, before they enter into this union. And that's the journey that you are on, I'm on, we all should be on. Now with this rainbow over top of this couple, this family, there's 10 cups, and it's complete emotional fulfillment. You go to the Nine of Cups, and the Nine of Cups are almost in the same heightened alignment. See, on the Nine of Cups, the arc of the cups aligned above the head. To the Ten of Cups with the rainbow, the fulfillment, the promise. I have a symbolism video about the rainbow. And one of the things is that the fulfillment of a promise that's coming to fruition. The rainbow with the cups over top of all of the family's head. That's the promise. So you have a promise that is being fulfilled for you within yourself before you align, I hear specifically align or transition into the fulfillment of the blessing of the promise within a divine union. So the divine union can be about kingdom spouses and soulmates, twin flames, etc. But even yet and still, even if you are already in a well-balanced, committed relationship, this could be about taking that relationship to another level, or deepening your understanding within the family unit. So that family unit can be from childhood, some type of healing, some type of subconscious wounding that needs to be rectified and reconciled. Here with the moon card that deals with the subconscious mind and deep within one's psyche, that could be balance and harmony that's coming forward at this moment. So Pisces energy is about the subconscious mind, and it's also about the things that are deep, deep, deep within our subconscious mind. As Pisces is the last house of the zodiac wheel, that's where all of the leftover energy is poured and dumped into the 12th house. So the 12th house is the ultimate release before we begin over again in Aries season, which is the esoteric new year. That's the fresh start. So before you can go into the fresh start, that could be represented by the 10 of Cups energy here. You have to first leave, leave it at the altar. So for those that may have, been in the church realms, you may know about an altar, or either you may be a practitioner of some sort, you know about the altar. So I'm called to really harp on the word altar as far as a physical representation of the subconscious mind. So when you go to an altar, you're really tapping into the ultimate source of the subconscious mind. That's why you would do these rituals around a energetic portal such as a full or new moon. Okay, so with that altar, spelled with an A, you're altering your consciousness pretty much. So tapping into the subconscious mind to alter your physical reality. And I feel like for many of us, myself included, we need to go to the altar, take it to the altar to alter our reality. This is us envisioning what the divine spirit has for us. So you see both the wolf and the dog are looking towards the moon for guidance. So that moon represents the ultimate divine feminine. The divine feminine represents the spiritual aspects of ourselves and the subconscious mind. So your subconscious mind directly communes with the Holy Spirit. No filter, no cap. So I'm going to pull a couple cards. I will cover the Sabian symbol and a couple other notes that I have here. You can also check out the blog post that will contain a PDF download for the Pisces season, as well as journal prompts for this new moon. Okay, so we have the Page of Cups in the reverse. We have the Hangman in the reverse. And then we have here the Five of Cups in the reverse. A refusal, I hear refusal, like someone that is refusing, I hear, to captivate the moment or capture the moment. Maybe this is the opportunity that's coming through, but it feels more so like an energetic opportunity that the divine spirit wants to present it to you, and you're refusing it for whoever this may be. But the caution is, the side note is that this is something that you must dive into. You cannot ignore it because it will not go away. Let me pull a couple other cards with this note. We have here the home. Okay, so someone may need to go within the home to figure out what is going on. This card is from the Lenormand deck, and it is the number 4. So the number 4 is about stability. The 4 corners, the foundation. So you got to go back to square one and rework the problem. So I heard root problem. Someone could deal a lot with numbers, or they may be a mathematician, especially here as I look at this male figure with the beard, like a teacher. They could have been a teacher, or their parent could have been a teacher or a philosopher, or someone that really pushed a lot of education onto them. And that could be a scholarly type of education, but it also could be maybe even the facts of life. I say that with quotation fingers. So the facts of life, like really scolding, I heard, especially when I looked at the 10 of Cups and the rainbow, like scolding, pushing very hard. With the Hangman in the reverse, and all of this energy with the Page of Cups reverse and the Five of Cups reverse, it feels like someone that could have scolded, like how the skin would be affected by scalding hot water. That's the way how this person sucked the soul out of this, out of either you, the viewer. I feel like this is like a viewer, or either this viewer has experienced that and they're projecting that onto some family members of their current circumstance. So it could be their children, it could even be a spouse possibly, and they're scolding like with their finger, like, didn't I tell you don't do this, or don't do that, or do this, and you're such a XYZ, and those words and those actions. And I can feel the energy like coming through the hands, that is very scolding to the soul. It's like melting the soul, and the soul, in the energy, the person to their core. My hands are starting to shake. Yeah, this person is deeply affected by the words and the actions. So the actions may be indirect, but the actions that they preview, like, the reason why that came through like that is the person, they have watched either you, the viewer, definitely feels like a viewer. They have watched how their parent, so this could be you reliving this out as an adult. So you watched your parent play out or contradict, it feels like contradiction, what they portrayed into the world and what they tried to portray onto you. Now you, being an adult, are projecting that out into the world. So think about these 10 of Cups with the rainbow, and you see the masculine and the feminine's arms are like the projection. So this could be a family, this could be a couple that has like the picture perfect representation that they project. Like the rainbow represents like promise, like happiness, like, oh my gosh, the rainbow is so beautiful, like your family is so beautiful. And that's what's being projected out into the world. However, the child or the children are looking at what's going on behind the scenes. So you see, sorry about that. Okay, so the back is turned to us, the viewer. We have the real preview about what's going on. So that preview is like I really feel like a movie premiere, like where people, they build up the excitement and they look at the finished result, but they don't look at the production behind the scenes. So it's like these people could be in the public eye, meaning they could be on social media. Maybe they have a strong social media presence, or they are very prominent in their community and they project this. I hear still going back to this movie projection. So it's like the movie hasn't finished. Like old films, how if let me think of a good example. Okay, like a tape, like a literal old-fashioned tape where you would put it inside the VCR player, and if it was twisted, it would get stuck on that part, like that. Or either a scratch CD that it will skip or like get stuck on a part. So it's like that one part that's projection. So all right, so going back to the person that's behind the scenes, that they're being heavily affected by this. So a child, you could have experienced this as a child, but your children, whoever this resonates with, they're stuck on this one moment in time. So although the rainbow is shining, life may have went on, they're still stuck in this moment of time, and they keep on replaying that moment of time, and they're stuck on it. Look at this. When I turn this card upright, this deck is the Deviant Moon Tarot. And we have the 5 of Cups. And look at this, the person scolding that person. So you have 2 cups that are still upright, and you have 3 cups that are turned over, along with the rose at the feet of this child. It looks like a child that's being scolded by an older feminine energy. So the moon does represent the mother. So it could have been scolding from the mother, but someone is affected by this. They're stuck in time. If you look at this hangman, he's upside down. He has the time on like a hanging pocket watch on his heel. So he's stuck in time. He or she is stuck in time. that also represents Pisces and being a sacrifice. So someone could have been the scapegoat of the family. Like, if this person hadn't did this, if you hadn't did that, you will be in a better position, or we will be in a better position. This could also be a spouse scolding someone else. So that's a personal message. Possibly it resonates with multiple people, the different circumstances. But I'm going to clear this energy off because it feels like it could go into something else that I'm not prepared to go into. Before, when I first started this ministry, I used to do a lot of individual channeled messages, and some of them will become very heavy. And I'm trying to keep my energy light these days. That's why I stopped doing personal readings. And yeah, this energy feels like it could go. My hands are still shaking. It feels like it could go into that. Okay, so let me clear my energy from this. Yeah, it feels, yeah, it's going to take me, give me a second to really clear my energy. Okay, all right. The thing about with when you're reading energy, it could come through as a sense, as a smell, as a taste, as a word, as a feeling. And the feeling could have a spectrum, especially if you're dealing with collective energy. So that energy could span from something very small to something huge, like something that could be borderline abuse. Okay. Okay. Give me a second. All right. So there is a job for someone, but they're not ready to accept it. Like, if this is you, you're not ready to accept it. It could even be like your spouse or something. Not ready to accept this job because it requires a lot of them. This could even be a business opportunity. Like someone says like, oh yeah, I so want to start a business. And then they start researching it or thinking about it like, damn, like, or either they're just not cut out for it. You have here with the moon card, and under the surface, they may say, yeah, I'm going to go back to school, or yeah, I'm going to go do this. Yeah, I'm going to do that, but they never really do it. So they're non-committal. That's what it really boils down to. So if this is you, really take this energy to go within and ask the divine spirit, like, is this really my calling, or am I just watching other people projecting their success? And I'm thinking that that's my form of success. All right, I'm gonna get into the Sabian symbol. Got my little notes here. All right, so how it was saying before, I didn't mention that this new moon takes place Eastern Standard Time at 12:34 p.m. So 12:34 is 1, 2, 3, 4. That's aligned steps, like divine steps that are aligned for you. And this is a well thought out and formulated plan. And your steps are being divinely ordered. I think I have that card 1, 2, 3, 4 in my first oracle deck. Side note, we'll be releasing again reprints for the summer of this year. But yeah, I definitely feel like I have that card in there. Okay, so with those aligned steps, 1, 2, 3, 4, this energy, this moon, and taking the time and the effort to align your steps. So first, aligning here at the top, I have the moon card at the very top of these two other cards, where we have the 9 of Cups and the 10 of Cups, okay? And they're in a pyramid shape. Going to your angels, your guides, the divine spirit, and receiving the divine instructions. The instruction manual for the 10 of Cups, which will be the fulfillment, the emotional fulfillment, the mental, emotional, tangible, all kinds of fulfillment. So when you receive those instructions during this Pisces new moon, you are aligning the steps. So during this new moon, you want to sit down, like how on the 9 of Cups, the dude is sitting down, dude, chick, whoever, whatever, is sitting down. White represents purity. clearing the thoughts. Then we have the red cap on top of the head, which represents alchemy, divine messages, mental transmutation. Sitting down, just sitting, just resting. Even if you are doing some active or some type of activity, that the mind is still open to receive those divine directions. When you receive those divine directions, March 6th through the 7th, the moon will be in Taurus. So this is taking those thoughts and starting to ground them, putting them into order. The moon will be in the sign of Taurus, an earth sign. Values. What you really hold valuable, you got to be really honest with that, because you'll find yourself going in this cycle of like, you look at other people's form of success, or you think back to what your parents or other influences may think is the form of success for you, and you will live that out and repeat a karmic cycle. So you want to align during this new moon, receive those divine directions. So by the time that the full moon on March 18th in the sign of Virgo, you will have a daily habit formed, or some type of, even if it's not daily habit, it could be a regiment formed for you to take those action steps in the physical. So from the span of the new moon, taking those couple of days to really receive those messages, journal them down, record them, voice record them, however the way you see fit to document these messages. By the time that the equinox comes around, the spring equinox, the real esoteric biblical new year comes around, you will be ready. You'll be ready to actually walk those steps out. To reiterate, new moon, sit back, receive the downloads, document them. A couple days after, take that time frame between the new moon and the full moon to align, to see what feels right, to think these visions out, to feel them out, especially as we have Mercury moving into Aquarius. It's innovation. It's seeing past the current circumstance, seeing past the current trends. The trendsetters are those that see the vision, see the trend and where it's headed to, and what their role is, so they can get ahead of the game. This energy is ahead of the game. Taking those downloads, organizing them into actionable steps, and making a routine out of it. So that way, when that Aries energy hits on the spring equinox, it's like a fire, it's like a rocket, and you're ready to launch full throttle. All right. So I'm going to go into, so the Sabian symbol for the 12th degree of Pisces is an examination of initiates in the sanctuary of an occult brotherhood. If you look at this, this almost looks like that, the 9 of Cups. If those cups represent awakened spirits, awakened minds, those that resonate. When I said resonate, I see like a cup with water and someone tapping it just right so it vibrates at the right frequency. So all these cups are filled emotionally in the electric, magnetic waters of Aquarius. And Aquarius represents soul family, it represents innovation. And you are going through and tapping them lightly, and they all resonate perfectly in harmony. It's because you guys vibe alike. You guys feel each other alike energetically. And through the ethers. This person also looks like an initiate. They're sitting down, and it looks like the cups are above them. It's like the cups are initiating him or her into a higher level of consciousness, a higher level of understanding. So you go from, technically this one, the 9 of Cups could be a 10 of Cups, because this person that's sitting here, they're not quite a cup yet. They haven't really hit their full potential. Like, they're still doubting themselves, especially with the Moon card above. They're doubting themselves. So what's happening is that these 9 of Cups, they feel this person, they know that they are right. They just haven't fully accepted. They haven't shed their fear, their doubts, the things that are blocking them. Their potential. It's an initiate. So once this person realizes and tap into that frequency, it will become a 10 of Cups. That cup that's represented by the person sitting down, it becomes a 10 of Cups, because they all vibe and they all, I hear, illuminate at the same frequency. So that illumination is really sound that harmonizes together, that projects a light for all to see. Like, you know, these people, when they move together. They could be on different parts of the world, but their energy vibes at a high frequency that all can, I hear, heal and feel. So they're sending healing vibrations throughout the world because they vibe at a certain frequency together. It's almost like they're building a grid, like a light projected grid. And the sanctuary of an occult. So occult is just hidden. That's another thing that Pisces represents, is hidden things. So this could be, it doesn't mean that these people are hiding things from them. They could, they're just like under the radar, like, because they vibe so high, and most people can't get to that level because they're so solid in their thinking. They're so trapped in the 5D senses that they can't vibe at that level. So these people, they're hidden from the regular eye. They could be on the outskirts of society. It feels like something that's social, like social media. It could be this also could be a hidden chat room, or either people that meet online and they talk about, maybe they are into conspiracy theories, maybe they are into the occult. But even if they aren't, these people, their brotherhood, they are of a brotherhood because they vibe alike. But the occult could just be something that they maybe don't share with their family. It's more like that secrecy, like, it's not like necessarily I'm hiding something. It's just like we don't vibe alike, so why would I entertain a conversation with you? Or why would I tell you or share anything with you? Because you're not up here. You are attached to the ground. You're just at ground level or base level. So even if I try to show you this and project that out so you can see it, try to paint that picture for you to see it, your eye won't see it. Yeah, that's what that means. Another message I have to mention is the 9 of Cups in the 2023 deck that I'm working on is the Lady at the Well. So the Lady at the Well, she experienced hardships, even an outcast to a degree herself. When Yahshua, Jesus Christ, met her at the well, he met her at her pain. And he illuminated her eyes, the Christ consciousness, the Christ mind, illuminated her mind by reading her past to show her where she was and to confirm who and where she was in her current circumstances, and to give her a prophecy. And she therefore took it all the way out to the rest of the world. Well, her world in her, little small community. So for those that may be experiencing some type of, I hear shallowness, like someone, they don't want to go deep with the spirit. They don't want to fully commit. they're in and out, you know, sort of like how she was. She had several life mates, but it wasn't like a full on commitment. Like, yeah, I'm sold out. This is a representation of not being committed to your calling, not being committed to having faith. This also feels like faith, like someone that may have received messages of, this is the promise, this is what's for you. Look how much you will receive by just committing and following through. And it's right there for your higher mind, your higher eye to see. But this person is not fully committed. They doubt. And the divine spirit is saying, don't doubt. Don't doubt me. Don't doubt. Don't doubt. Don't doubt me. I hear, for the eye has not seen the blessings I have for you. You thought that little small vision that I gave you was a lot. You have no idea. Okay? So someone could have received a prophecy from a person. So it could have been a priest. It could have been a pastor. It could have been anybody. It really doesn't matter. It could have been in a dream too. And man, now my hand's shaking, but it's shaking for a different reason. When my hand goes over here to the Ten of Cups, it's like the power. The power. Ooh. Whoever this is, you will be blessed. You will be blessed. Follow the trail, follow the path and the tracks that the divine spirit has laid out before you. And you will be blessed beyond measure, beyond what your mind can conceive. But you must trust. I don't think these are it, these cards. If you want to watch this video, if you're listening to this on the podcast, you can always find it listed down below in the show notes. I tried to explain what's going on the cards as much as possible. I hear seeing is believing. So we have here with the Lenormand deck, it's a path, the path laid out before you, but it goes around a bend that you can't see. There's clouds in the sky with a sun lightly illuminated, but the clouds are trying to suffocate it out. That's a cloudy mind and cloudy discernment blocking the illumination of the path. This Pisces energy could be the saving grace to remove those clouds out of the way. And another card, Judge. Ah, rat. Okay. Someone could be jealous, honestly. Jealous and a gossip, possibly. This could even be the chatter in your own mind. Like that judge could represent maybe past circumstances, or if it's not your personal past circumstances, maybe it's just like you have people around you that are naysayers that don't want to, they can't raise their level up. You're on another level. Okay, I have here the Ring card, so that could be a union, but I more so feel like this is trusting, being married to the spirit. That's what it is. And trusting that regardless of who or what got to say what, it's a wrap. Like you are a chosen one, you are a blessed one. And if you commit yourself, like this initiation into the brotherhood, you will be highly blessed and highly favored. I even hear highly sought after. So that could be some type of deal on the table. We have here with the ring represents commitment. And deals are commitments. It could be some type of contract. It could be some type of fulfillment of another level of joy, I hear. But you got to allow yourself to really see and dive into that vision and ask the divine spirit to move any of this energy out of your way, whether you have been experiencing this externally or internally. So I paused because really everyone is just you pushed out. Everyone is just reflecting the projection that you put out there like that. I have the Rat card, the Judge card, and it's no name on here, but the Hazy card under the Ten of Cups in the form of the rainbow, where the masculine, your ego, the feminine, your subconscious, that's pushing and projecting that type of energy from the fear mindset, the lack mindset, whatever, out into the world. So therefore the world is reflecting it back to you. That's inner work that has to happen. So I think that's all for this message. I will keep you guys updated. I have the deck, the first example of the I Am That I Am Divine Guidance cards. They were supposed to be delivered a couple days ago, but it's been like a little thing with that. So once I receive it, I will do a video going over all of the cards, their meanings, tips, if you want to do your own deck, and all that other information. So just to keep you guys posted on that, so keep a lookout for that. I do have other candle blends that I'm developing. One of them is this one right here, that's for the spring and the summer time, and it smells so good. I'm toying around with the name. I actually got the perfect blend. This one right here is for the summer. Spring, it's a floral spice type of smell. Some of the prominent ingredients are dill weed, good for protection. I have orange, magnolia, hibiscus, and some other little goodies in there for to sweeten the season of the spring and summer, and to bring more harmony and fun. This is also a fun type of energy. A little sparkle to brighten up the summer. But anyways, when I do the pre-order for the I Am That I Am cards, I will have a free candle that goes along with the ones that pre-order. I keep you guys posted about all of that. And the Angel Lunar Planner is out, edition 2. You can check that out, the link down below. Set up a good spiritual practice, that, like how I was saying with the spiritual practice, and well, I wasn't really saying about spiritual practice. I said about setting up a practice, a routine. But it all comes from the spiritual realms and tapping into the subconscious. We have Judgment here again, the Temperance in the reverse, the Star card in the reverse. So we have here 2 water bearers in this deck. I hear a couple things. Someone is saying something about somebody. I don't even know. It's like someone got something to say. They may have something to say about your new path in your life. And I heard someone got wind of it here with the Judgment card, and they got something to say. But this is your life. This is your soul calling. Do it. You know, do whatever you feel that you're supposed to be doing, and believe me, you will be blessed. You're always going to be tested and tried before you receive the payout, before you receive the blessing. Think about it as job training. Or if you already got the job, you want to go for the promotion, you have to be able to prove that you're worthy of the promotion, you know. So they may send you to additional training. They may give you more responsibility. So we shall see. The Emperor, that's Aries season. So it could be some type of breakthrough during Aries season, or this could be an Aries in your life. They have here that little pig devil looking thing under the person's foot. So that's temptation, you know, avoiding temptation, trampling temptation. Affirmations are really good. I have those. I have a couple affirmations inside of the I Am That I Am deck. They're actually really, you can convert all of them to affirmations, and affirmations really can help with your manifestations. Like everything is an affirmation. Everything is a spell. Everything is a manifestation. Like, you know, everything should have an intention. Everything should have a should help you work towards whatever goal you have. Otherwise, you're working against yourself. You have to be an intentional creator or co-creator. Okay, so I think I'm done. Right now I'm just going on and on and on. Yeah, the blessed oil as well. Okay, so anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for chatting. It was a nice little reading and everything like that. I've knocked my candles out a little bit. This one isn't my candle, by the way. This is one I just got from a store. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.